The signs of the Tony Stewart Racing Ford engine divorce were even more evident at Pevely, and today we'll talk about it, including the one key area to watch for to see if things really are getting better now that they switched. Plus, the Outlaws lose a full-timer, Dietrich Super Trucks to a win, sketchy racing at Terre Haute, and more. Let's go. It's Monday, April 14th. I'm Justin Fiedler. This is DIRTRACKR Daily presented by Kubota Genuine Parts. Your Kubota machine can be transformed into a powerhouse of versatility with their full line of implements and attachments. You can customize your Kubota for any job that includes digging or lifting, land clearing, landscaping, or whatever else is you're doing with your machine. Whether you need a grapple, a bucket, or other implement, each is designed for seamless compatibility and peak performance. Enhance your productivity by pairing your Kubota with the perfect attachments. Contact your local dealer to discover what's available for your machine now. If you need to locate one of the more than 1,000 dealers nationwide, open up the My Kubota app or visit KubotaUSA.com. The My Kubota app, you can actually research implements and attachments in there as well. Wrapping up the dirt racing weekend, I want to hit on a few things that I didn't get to with the Sunday show. The first is Donny Schatz and the Tony Stewart Racing 15 team. I did mention briefly they were on a World of Outlaws podium on Saturday night for the first time since winning at Lincoln Speedway way back last October. This is obviously of note because the recent move away from the Ford 410 Sprint Car engine and back to a more traditional piece. I don't know which engine they had in the car this weekend, as the hood does have both Shaver and Kistler stickers on it, but obviously it wasn't the Ford, and I don't know that they are going to go back to the Ford. The initial statement in TSR comments talked about more testing happening and that they were waiting on parts because this was a part shortage thing, with a return possible in the future. But this is starting to feel more and more like a divorce in progress. Dad has moved into the spare bedroom and the kids are being told it's not their fault. Ford Performance is still listed as a partner on the TSR website, but more logos have disappeared elsewhere. That includes the blue oval being photoshopped off Donny Schatz's fire suit on social media, and the car was completely devoid of Ford logos at Pevely. The races before, some logos were gone for Ford, but some were still there, but the gaps on the paint job were just almost jarring this weekend. Rudine, in the meantime, continues to run with the Ford power. Justin Peck was 15th and 11th at Pevely, if you are curious. I do still think it's going to take some time for this group to dial things back in with a completely different engine package, and the 6th and 3rd at Pevely, they were encouraging signs. Both race nights, though, still took some Schatz magic to make happen with an 18th to 6th charge on Friday, and then a very strong 6-2 in the Saturday heat that set him up for a dash appearance and a good feature starting spot. The track then taking rubber on Saturday, certainly not ideal, but that, always helps if you start up front in those nights like that. I think the area we need to pay attention to for improvement in the future will be qualifying. Schatz, even going back to 2017 and 2018, not a particularly prolific qualifier. Over the last 8+ seasons, just 31 total quick times in 566 sessions. If you want a comparison, David Gravel has 118 quick times over that same span. Schatz is 3 or 4 spots down, though, from some of those better seasons with his average qualifying position. If they start making gains there, I think that's going to be a big sign they are headed in the right direction without the Ford engine. Through the first 4 races, though, with the different power, the qualifying average is right near his average for the season. I think it's 11.6 for the year, and it's been 11.5 over the last 4 races. He's just starting too far behind in these heat races right now to really have a real shot later in the night. Saturday was just his 2nd dash appearance of the 2025 season. Schatz used to be in 50 or 60% or more of dashes in a year, and that has fallen off really big. Last year was 36% of dashes he made, and this year it's just 13%. If they can just get him a bit closer to the front at the start of the night, we know he can pass the race cars. He leads feature plus minus and heat plus minus in a lot of these seasons. And consider this. Going back through the 2017 year, of the top 10 drivers with the most World of Outlaws wins, Schatz has the 3rd worst starting position average for those victories. Only Brent Marks and Kyle Larson have started deeper on average for their wins. He has traditionally not needed to start on the pole to win, and he could pass cars. So if they could just get him a little bit closer, he could probably have a lot more success here. One World of Outlaws late model series note for you. That tour is down to 20 full-time teams after the Farmer City weekend, the Illini 100. Dillon McCowan made the decision to hit up Lucas Oil Speedway Friday and Saturday instead of going to Farmer City, which in effect gives up his full-time status. The young Missouri driver had made just one feature appearance against the Outlaws this season. That was opening night way back at Volusia in January. The decision, though, for McCowan, it paid immediate dividends. He had 2 top 10 runs at Wheatland. Not shocking, though, given he was an MLRA regular previously. He's from Missouri. I'm sure he has a ton of laps at that track. So it will be a pick-and-choose schedule for him going forward. His slate of races now shows Mississippi Thunder in May as his next event. At Babs Motor Speedway on Sunday, Danny Dietrich made the overnight 800-plus mile trip home worthwhile by scoring the win over early leader Jeff Halligan and Brock Zierfoss. Dietrich had made the trip to Pevely to race against the World of Outlaws this weekend with weather around Central PA Friday and Saturday, but they surrendered a 19th place starting spot in the Saturday night feature and left the track early. And they wanted to do that to make it to Babs on time for Sunday's race. Dietrich told Jeremy Elliott they wanted to miss the traffic. He said apparently getting out of Pevely is really bad. And he bailed on the feature because he thought it was going to take rubber, which he was correct about. Definitely a decision for Dietrich that paid off. And after missing Pevely because of truck problems, Cale Thomas debuted in the Shark Racing 1A at Babs and went 16th to 10th in a feature. Not a bad start there. Can I just say, I hope this Sunday thing starts to take off with the sprint car racing. I know Babs has more 410 Sunday shows scheduled this season. They're going to be a nice addition to Sunday at Huset's. And I'd bet with the timing of these shows, we're going to kind of be able to go straight from watching racing at Babs to right into Huset's for those Sunday nights. So I'm kind of looking forward to some of these Sundays here coming up. There was also Sunday action at the Terre Haute Action Track with the season opener for the USAC Silver Crown Series. Sketchy night at Terre Haute, racing right around the fence, especially in 3 and 4, and that kind of cushion curb situation, it was definitely sketchy. And eventually, it caught several guys out, including the leader through halfway, Dazen Persley. He lost the lead to Logan Seavey on lap 55 after a run-in with that curb, and then his race was basically ruined with even heavier contact with 31 laps to go that saw him eventually spun around. He finished 13th on the night. Seavey drove on to the win, topping Justin Grant, who just nipped Brady Bacon late for second. Defending champion Cody Swanson, he was out early in that one. It was his worst series finish since May of 2023. And Ricky Thorne Jr. ran in the top 10 for a lot of that main event in his series debut, but lost a right rear tire late and finished 12th. The Silver Crown cars are back Saturday with a pavement race at Toledo. We'll call it good right there for today. If you missed it over the weekend, I sent out a new issue of The Slider, which is our free email newsletter. This one features a piece about high school dirt racing from Jacob Horde. If you want to check that piece out and sign up for free to get The Slider, head over to DIRTRACKR.com/theslider. You can peruse all previous issues there as well. Hope you guys have a great Monday out there. We will see you right back here tomorrow.